use a kettlebell to strengthen your back and your shoulders. Welcome back to TSC Connect. I'm Physio Andrea, and in this video, we're doing an advanced strength training workout that uses a kettlebell. We'll start with a warm-up and then shift into some unilateral and bilateral movements, some slow and some at a faster pace. If you have any thoughts or questions, let us know in the comments section below. Or join our membership to become a TSC cheerleader and get faster replies and priority video requests. Enjoy this kettlebell workout for your back and shoulders. Before we get into actually doing our kettlebell work, we need to warm up our body and loosen up our joints. So let's start with our shoulders by doing shoulder circles. Take both hands. Think about making sure that your pelvis is neutral, you're lengthened through your spine and your core is active. With both arms, reach your arms out in front of you, up overhead, as far as you can go and before you change the shape of your back. So stay really neutral. From here, wide open circles so that you feel a stretch across the front of your chest, all the way down, reaching towards the floor, and then repeating that for 30 seconds. You know, you can do them really easily, but it might not get you the same effect that you're looking for. So try and be really intentional and move to the widest range possible as you go through this movement. Ready, set, go. Okay, we're gonna move into a hip hinge position. So keep your feet hip width apart, reach your sit bones back so that you hinge at your hips. From here, we're activating, just waking up the muscles of our mid-back or our mid-traps. Keep your palms facing forward. From here, open your arms to reach your thumbs up towards the ceiling with your hands out to the side, and then lower them back down. Make sure you're not changing the shape of your body as you're doing this arm movement, keeping a gentle scoop in your lower back and a gentle round in your upper back. We're only moving our arms, squeezing at the top for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. This time we're doing a similar movement, except instead of having our arms out to the side like a T shape, we're going to bring our arms out in front of us like a Y shape. And this activates the lower trapezius muscles. So find your hip hinge position again, placing your thumbs facing forward. As you lift your arms, move them into a Y position. Again, making sure not to round your back. This is a really common tendency because it's a hard movement. Really think about opening those armpits towards the floor without changing the shape of your body. Also keep your neck really long, try not to scrunch. Do this Y movement for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. One more shoulder warm up in our hip hinge position. So this time we're bringing our hands from being down towards the floor and then reaching them behind us with a little squeeze at the top. This warms up our latissimus and our posterior shoulders and posterior deltoid. So we're doing this squeeze for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Okay, so we're getting into our kettlebell work. So I have a couple weights here. Depends on how strong you are or how progressed you are in your kettlebell workouts. I have a 10 kilo kettlebell and also a 6 kilo one here. For this exercise, I'm gonna choose the heavy one because we're just warming up, but we're not swinging or anything. So we're doing one arm pickups. So just really practicing, getting used to holding that weight and also warming up our hips too. So with the weight in between your legs, in between your feet, think about, again, hinging through the hips, gentle bend in the knees, but we're not doing a squat. It's a hinge motion. Hold the kettlebell and make sure that your shoulder is engaged, which means that you're not rounding your back or pulling through your shoulder. Keep thinking about squeezing your arm or your shoulder back to engage and protect the shoulder. From here, you're just going to stand up to pick up the kettlebell, slowly place it back down, switch sides, squeezing that shoulder, standing up, making sure that you don't let the weight pull you into your spinal curve position. Stay really strong, lowering the weight, switching sides. Doing this for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Okay, next we're going into a sumo squat position, which means that your feet are really wide, feet pointed 45 degrees out to the side, and as you squat, your knees are going to follow the direction of your feet and you're staying super low. If you have a lighter kettlebell for this, then use that. So you're gonna hold the kettlebell and hold it close to your chest. In your sumo squat position, we're reaching your kettlebell out in front of you and then bringing it back. So this will challenge your shoulders for sure. You'll probably feel it in your legs from the hold, and your core has to work to counteract the weight imbalances from that shift. So do this for 30 seconds. If you're using a heavier weight, even if you just do small movements, that'll be great. Ready, set, go. Okay, we're moving into an upper body movement. First, find a split stance position of your feet. So put one foot in front of the other, but make sure you're not on a tightrope or in a line that's hard to balance. Keep your feet a little bit apart. From here, hold the kettlebell. Again, you should probably use a lighter one because we're doing an upper body overhead movement. Hold the kettlebell in the same side as the forward foot and hold your hand around the handle and make sure that your wrist is straight. From here, you're pressing the kettlebell overhead without losing the shape of your body and then lowering back down into the rack position. When the kettlebell is resting on your arm, it sits in this little groove between your bicep and your forearm. Okay, you don't want to be way back here because that's quite hard on your shoulder. So you're really just resting it in between these two parts of your arm, and your hand is active, your wrist is active, not overly curled, but also not relaxed back, okay? So staying active here. Pushing overhead for 30 seconds with one side, switching to the other. Ready, set, go. Switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Ready, and go. Next, we're moving into bicep curls. So it's 30 seconds on each side. The most important thing is to try not to overcompensate with your body for the weight. Same thing, keep your elbow really close to your side so that it helps with your alignment. And we're doing 30 seconds on each side. Ready, set, go. Switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Ready, and go. Next, we're moving into bent over rows. You probably can use your heavier kettlebell for this. So bring your kettlebell close and find your hip hinge position again. So again, weight in your heels, reach your sit bones back, keep a gentle scoop in your lower back, really lengthen through your spine. From here, pick up the kettlebell, again, making sure that your shoulder stays really strong, and then you're lifting your elbow up towards the ceiling to row and lowering back down. Do this on 30 seconds for this side and then switch to the other side. Ready, set, go. Switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Ready, and go. Okay, if you're feeling it a little bit in your lower back, that's normal because we've been bent over and lifting weight. We're moving into kettlebell swings now. So depending on how you feel now, you can use a lighter weight. We're starting with 2-arm swings, so feel free to use your heavier weight if you're up for it. If you haven't done a kettlebell swing before, I encourage you to watch some of the educational videos that are plentiful on YouTube that teach you about all the specific techniques to do an effective kettlebell swing. But for here, we're presuming that you've done them before, okay? So holding onto your kettlebell swing with your kettlebell with your feet wide, we're starting our swing and then really using our hips to pop and push that momentum to bring the kettlebell overhead. We're doing this for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Okay, for our hardest exercise of this set, we're doing a 1-arm kettlebell swing, so you can use the lighter weight if you'd like. 1-arm ones are challenging because your body has to fight that rotation, which is a good way to activate your core. So holding on to one kettlebell, I like to place my other hand out to the side for a counterbalance, making sure that my shoulder stays strong and activated to support the joint. trying to keep my chest facing forward, not to introduce too much rotation. From here, same thing, we're generating that swing using your hips and doing a hip thrust. And I'm only bringing the kettlebell till shoulder height. I'm not going overhead for this one, okay? So I'm doing 30 seconds on one side, switching to the other side. Ready, set, go. Sides in 3, 2, 1. Ready and go. Okay, shake out your arms, take a quick sip of water, and we're going for a second round of all of those exercises, okay? Starting with the single arm pickups, find your heavy kettlebell. One more time. You're getting a little bit of a breather before we go back into the heavier weightlifting. Again, picking up the kettlebell with one hand, making sure that your shoulder is nice and supported, lowering back down, and switch. Ready, set, go. Let's do a second round of sumo squats with the forward press. Ready, set, go. All right, moving into the heavier weights, grab your smaller kettlebell if you have one, go into your split stance. We're doing a second round of overhead press, 30 seconds on each side. Ready, set, go. Sides in 3, 2, 1. Ready and go. Okay, another round of bicep curls, 30 seconds on each side. Ready, set, go. 3, 2, 1. Ready, and go. Okay, up to you whether you want to use your lighter or heavier kettlebell. We're heading back into rows in a hip hinge position. So again, making sure that you're really putting lots of weight through your heels so your glutes can help your lower back. 30 seconds on each side, rowing, keeping your body nice and neutral. Ready, set, go. In 3, 2, 1. Ready, and go. Okay, we're almost there, getting into the swing portion. Another 30 seconds of 2-arm kettlebell swings, making sure that you're really thrusting with your hips, but not overarching, just going to neutral. And do this for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Last exercise, you're almost there. Find your lighter kettlebell because we're going to do kettlebell swings with one arm. 30 seconds on each side. Really make sure that your technique is tight here. If you're getting tired, it's an easy time to, kind of just try and get through it. But with kettlebell swings, make sure your core is on, your shoulders are activated. 30 seconds on each side, just bringing the kettlebell to horizontal. Ready, set, go. Switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Ready, and go. Okay, so you're all finished. We're going to cool down, ending with the same place that we started. So we're going to do shoulder circles again. This time, try and change the direction. If you can remember what the direction was that you did the first time, try and be really intentional about these really wide circles, trying to inch and get to the edge of those ranges of motion. Do this for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. We hope you find this information helpful. For more how-to videos and scoliosis-friendly workouts, check us out on TSC Connect. See you next time.